President, Directors and Fellows of the Royal Commonwealth Society. Mr. President, thank you so much for your words, and let me say, before anything else, that we so much appreciate the fact that it was you who've done this, knowing that you belong to our sister order, and therefore I, as Grand Master of our order, appreciate being introduced by you probably more than if it were by anybody else. Allow me to begin my remarks this evening by telling you how very delighted I am, once again, to be in this country of yours, and to thank you most warmly for having invited both my wife and myself to be here with you this evening. The topic of my remarks concern a subject of an enormous complexity that embraces a myriad of parallel subjects, some trivial to all except the student, and some so large and of such import that few could possibly grasp or know the whole. Not because of the sheer enormity of the whole, but rather because of the actors in the play. They that change in themselves as do the actual story surrounding them. I will try only to pique your imagination and your interest in this particular subject that has got to do with my country of origin, a country of which I'm both extremely proud and by which I'm fascinated, a country of which I am sometimes critical, objectively I hope, and above all, a country that I love, a country that is composed of so many variables in the way of human elements, each with a fascinating history, and each that has, with the passage of time, contributed to the patina of the country that it is today. A country whose people are widely different, intriguing, sympathetic, and I believe to most, in any case, attractive. That, in any case, is my opinion. The title, therefore, of my remarks may well be The Importance of Yugoslavia in the relation to the rest of the world. I might also say here, in relation to your society and the aims and goals towards which you so bravely and stubbornly, I'm glad to say, strive. In order to make this connection or relation a little bit clearer to you, I believe that I must do some stage setting. So without any further ado, let us begin by analyzing some of the very different sorts of importance. As this word, importance, refers to a country, the first meanings that come to mind are the following. Where is this country to be found in relation to other countries? Its size, its natural wealth, that is, the wealth of all kinds that its people have created, such as the arts, in the form of music, painting, dancing, or in the form of the products of its artisans, and so on. There is obviously one of its natural wealth resources, and also the wealth that is derived from tradition and the political and religious factors. These are just a few of the various units or measures by which one can assess the importance of a country. However, the importance of any one of these, or the sum of them, or even the sum of some of them, you might say, is relative. Not only one to another, but to one or more third parties. This relationship to third parties is today probably of the greatest interest to a wide range of people. Yugoslavia's importance to the rest of the world rests on the interplay between its various sources of wealth. Now, firstly, we have to understand that as a result of the forces that are outside the grasp and the control of the country in itself, there are other forces that come into play that are of a worldwide nature. These are that we are dependent, the same as you are here, on who is going to be able to control the peace or otherwise of the world in general. I would like now to say that the importance of Yugoslavia in relation to the rest of the world is one of geographical nature. It is important particularly to Russia, because there the Russians have a wish to be able to fulfill their need and their historical wish of having a warm water port. I don't think I need tell you why that is so important, because they would then control the Mediterranean. And with the Mediterranean controlled by Russia, I think we need not even begin to think of the horrors that may take place. We have also another form of importance, and that is part of our character. And to be able to understand that, I think we will have to go back again a little bit into the history of our country. Back in the 9th century and up to the 14th century, the Kingdom of Serbia was probably one of the most advanced countries in Europe. We were certainly one of the leaders of culture. For example, bibliography was very well established, as well as a legal system that was the envy of many other states. Then, towards the end of the 14th century, the great Ottoman steamroller passed over us. This force, that centuries later was respected by the military might of Napoleon and the armies also of the Austrian-Hungarian Empire, they arrived on our soil after a battle that you here in Australia will well understand and appreciate, since you yourself endured a similar experience. Our battle was that of Kosovo in the year 1389, and which signaled the start of an occupation that lasted for nearly 500 years. As you will realize, we lost that battle, rather in the same way as the losses that you sustained in your great battle of Gallipoli. I warrant, however, that you too will remember that for as long as we do ours of some 500 years.